Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am coming at you today with a very short but very sweet Marley update. It's currently in my heated blanket. It's the only way I could get him to stay still for a video, and he was already on it and I didn't want to take him out of it because he absolutely loves it. For those of you who don't know, Marley is my baby, my sweetie pie, my little Devon Rex, and the best thing that has ever happened to me. We got him from a cattery called Lil Cat in Manchester. I've had quite a few people message me and ask about the cattery, if I would recommend it. How could I not recommend it? He's the sweetest little thing in the entire world. He will be 2 at the end of January. We have the same birthday, so very easy to remember. And I just thought I'd come on here with him and talk a little bit about him. I just can't imagine life without this little cutie pie. He is so sweet. So Marley is an indoors cat, but and the reason for that is mostly because the breed, Devon Rex, it is an indoors cat. They're not really going to do that well out and about, especially not in London. I would just never trust him out in London. If he didn't get run over, he would certainly get stolen. And he would just go up to anyone as well. So, yeah, I wouldn't ever let him out in London. Although he does go out with us. In the summer, we take him on his leash. We take him to the parks, we've taken him on holiday, we've taken him to Switzerland, we've taken him on weekend getaways in the UK. He goes almost everywhere with us. He is so easy to bring along. We have been training him like that since he was a kitten, like training him on the harness. He doesn't really walk on the harness, but like he's getting a little bit better. He just kind of goes in the direction that he wants to go, which is fine. I would be the same. And honestly, he just brings so much joy to everybody who sees him. We have so much more like interactions with people in the area and like in the parks that we're sitting at in the summer, because we have kids and adults coming up to us, asking us about him, just saying that they've never seen a cat outside before. And it's really lovely that he brings joy to so many people's lives whenever they see him.
Hello. Hello. Say hello, Marley. He's about to pat.
You'll let him do it?
No.
So yeah, he's an indoors cat, but he does go out with us. We've been on holiday a couple of times without him, and in times like that, because he is so chilled out and such a lovely temperament, which I think is partially to do with his very early weeks really, with his at the cattery with his siblings and with the person who raised him. I think she just kind of created a really safe environment, like a really loving, touching, affectionate environment, and so I think he is just like that now. Oh, is he going? Are you going? Are you done? I'll put this down here and you can. There we go. He'll sit down there. But also just down to us, I think, as well. We do touch him ever since he was a kitten. We pick him up, we touch him, we do a lot of like manhandling, which I've had a comment before, like, you manhandle your cat too much. He loves it. He loves being cuddled. He loves being like upside down. He loves being like roughly played with. We do a lot of rough playing with him. Don't know if I'd fully recommend that because I do have an entire arm of scratches, but it's completely my own fault. It's just how I've always played with my cats, and he never like purposefully hurts. You know, he always bites just a tiny little bit. It's like play fighting. He'll just accidentally scratch too hard when I haven't chopped his nails, which, again, my fault. So yeah, I think like a little bit to do with both of that, and just the fact that his temperament is just like that anyway. So the fact that when we go away on holiday without him, we've been able to leave him with my mum and her cat for like a week or two, and he is absolutely fine. Her cat is a very different temperament of cat. She's really, really shy and yeah, not very social at all. But Marley really brings her personality out of her, and she ends up running around chasing him, and they have a great time together when we're away as well, which is so good, because now when my mum goes on holiday, Sparkle has been coming here. That's the other cat. And when we go on holiday, if we can't take him, and the reason why we wouldn't take him is just because the UK is a nightmare to get pets back into. You cannot fly them in the cabin. Anywhere else, we could just fly him in the cabin, but the UK is a nightmare. And so, yeah, if we can't take him, or we don't have enough money to like do a whole nother route option, or to fly him in cargo, which is so expensive, by the way, we'll leave him at my mum's, and he gets on really well there too. So that's another really amazing thing. His favourite food it used to be Lily's Kitchen. That's all I've ever fed him, actually. Was Lily's Kitchen biscuits, Lily's Kitchen organic fish food, like fish pate, not fish food. And then he went round my mum's, and my mum fed him some Felix fish, like one of the fish selection ones from Felix. I've never seen him go so crazy over food. It's something in Felix because I've never seen him act like that over food. He gets so excited, and he will eat it all in one. And then he started being really fussy with the Lily's Kitchen stuff, which is expensive stuff, by the way. So I was like, no, you're going to be eating this, and he'd leave like half. He's got a little bit better at that now, but that's, I think, because he hasn't had the Felix in a while. I will probably just start giving him more Felix because it's cheaper and he much prefers it anyway. But those are his two favourite wet foods. I just feed him half a pack a day. Of the Felix, I tend to feed a little bit more just because I feel like he's just like doesn't get as full off of it, or which I think might be the case because it's got more like jelly in it, or he just pretends that he doesn't get full off of it because he wants more because he loves it so much. Either way, I end up giving him a little bit more of the Felix, but just half a pack of the Lily's Kitchen pate a day. These Devon Rex cats have a tendency to get fat, so I'm really trying to prevent that from happening. I want him to be as healthy as possible, obviously. And then in terms of biscuits, he has the Lily's Kitchen fish biscuits. He loves fish-based stuff. And then Yora, which is a insect-based dry food. Fully made up of insects, grubs, so it's really good for the environment, much better than normal standard cat food, and obviously better for the animals as well. And he loves it. He loves that stuff. It is expensive, but I switch between Lily's Kitchen and Yora, and he really loves the Yora as well. So if you haven't heard of that, definitely check that out because I think that is such a cool idea. They get all of the protein and all the nutrients that they need from grubs and insects, which I think is so cool. He's not going to like this, but I'm just going to pick him up for a second. He is so much bigger than he used to be. He's definitely grown. Oh, you want to go on your back on your heated blanket. Okay. I'll insert loads of pictures and videos. But he's still a really small cat, which I'm so happy with because I really just love how tiny and compact he is. He's so cute. Like we can still tuck him in our dressing gown. He's so smart. He knows his routines. Every night he comes and sleeps with us, in between us, on a little blanket on the bed. And then every morning, when the first one of us to get up, he gets up even if he's like really tired still, and like meow, meow, ready for his food, but like with his eyes shut still and his head all like floppy. And then he'll like lift his arms up because his routine is he gets a big stretch and then he gets tucked into one of our dressing gowns while we make his food. Then he'll have his breakfast and then he'll come back. If someone else is still in the bed, he'll come back and want to go under the covers this time for like another 4-hour nap. It is so cute. Like he's got such a clear and defined personality. I just love him. I can feel like I can speak cat. I mean, I sound like the definition of a crazy cat lady, and I hold my hands up. I fully am, because I feel like I can speak cat with a Marley because his meows are so defined. It's so obvious what he's saying and what he wants. He says hello in his meows, which is just mental. I wonder if I've got a video of it. I never managed to catch it. And just the different meows, you get used to what they mean, and so you feel like you can really communicate with him. And he's just so social. He loves to be with us. He's always following us around into every single room that I'm going in. He's following. He's got a bed or somewhere where he is cozy and sleepable in every single room, pretty much, except from the kitchen, which I need to sort that out. But pretty much every room he's got somewhere to like get cozy if we're like pottering about in different rooms. What else? He's had one health problem, which I've got my fingers crossed. It does seem to be like much better than it used to be. But for this whole time, really, he's had issues with weeing himself while he's been really, really deep asleep, which is weird. Not a common thing at all. Did take him to the vets like ages ago when I first started really noticing it, because when he was a kitten, the wees were so tiny, like I could have missed them. And then as he got bigger, I was like, whoa, what is this? And then I started noticing them, mostly on the bed. So on our duvet, so we'd have to wash our duvet over and over and over and over and over again. It's really annoying. Took him to the vets because I was just worried about him. And the vets did all the basic tests, but they kind of scared me because they were like, this is like really not normal. Like incontinence for a kitten is really, really abnormal. Like there must be something like more going on here. And I was like, he seems like completely healthy, but yeah, like this, let's get some tests done. Got all the basic tests done, everything come up as completely fine, which I was happy about. But then that meant that the next stage would be like getting a CT scan and stuff done, and it's just quite invasive. And the weeing is annoying for us, but it wasn't really causing him any problems. And I just thought, we'll just like see how it goes. I got some probiotics and I got this like urine medicine. I guess it's just like herbal. I'll link it down below. And it's supposed to help cats with kidney problems or urine problems, bladder problems, help with all of that. So I thought I'd give it to him just to see how that helped. I don't know if that is what's helped, but recently, especially in the past, I would say 6 months, I really haven't noticed anything. Like we started putting the blanket on the bed in between us so that he wouldn't wee on the duvet. And I used to have to wash the blanket, like a year ago, I'd have to wash the blanket every couple of days because it would stink of wee, which is like not good. Now I don't at all. I haven't noticed any smell. I haven't noticed any wee patches anywhere. So really keeping my fingers crossed that is all good and he has fixed himself and maybe the drops are working. I'll carry on using them just because I feel like a lot of cats are prone to kidney problems anyway. So it's something that it's just herbal, so it's something that I'm happy to carry on using just as a preventative. But other than that, he is completely healthy and perfect. He does need to go to the vets and just get a little checkup I guess that you take your pet to the vet once a year, but I just keep forgetting because he just doesn't feel any need for me to take him there, but I should take him there just to like check things out again, make sure his weight and everything is fine. But he's honestly the happiest and healthiest little boy, and I couldn't imagine my life without him. Enjoy these videos of him just being the best little thing ever. And if you have any questions about having a Devon Rex, this is my first pet as an adult. Don't know why I didn't do it sooner. But yeah, if you've got any questions, either shoot me a message down below or over on Instagram and I will happily help and let you know. And yeah, I hope to see you in my next videos. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. I really, really appreciate it. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!
Ready? Marley's been exploring in the forest. Whoa! Oh, yes!
Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io.